Welcome back. Live at the Nexon Arena is Pro League on Tuesday night. My name is Valdez. I am joined with Moonglade. Joined by Moonglade. He's a bit sick today.
I am Valdez. I'm sick, but I'm going to trudge through this last match of the day and go home and sleep in front of my heater.
You go ahead and do that, buddy. But we are about to jump into Jin Green Wings versus Prime. And Prime bringing a very interesting lineup today using a totally new player. I searched on Wikipedia for some information about this guy. He doesn't even have a page. I don't know, man.
I didn't get actually a chance to go through all the statistics like I usually do. I'm pretty much just in bed all day, but I'd love to see what this guy's done online, because I think that's the only place you could be able to do it. I would have find someone, and let's see if we can pick him out here. To the far left, of course, that only makes sense.
Yep.
As they go to shake hands.
That it does. This is going to be the first match of the second match. It's the first game of the second match. I should say Maru versus Zoun. This is what I'm going to call him at least. I guess you can call him Zoun.
Zoun.
But it is going to be a PvT on Catallena.
What about Zoun?
Zoun? Yeah.
Zoun?
Zoun?
O-U-O.
I'll go for Zoun, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe they'll ask him if he does well.
If he wins, we'll find out the real spelling of his name. No, should probably find it out anyway. We'll probably see him once again if he's coming out tonight. Rogue is there on the left side of your screen. He is going to be playing third tonight against Myung-sik. There's SOS.
He playing fourth against Creator. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting matches tonight, but going through them all, I had to favor Jin in every single one. Just on paper, they look a lot stronger. They got the matchups they wanted, I think. So let's wait and see if Prime decide to bring out something special today. They did get their first win the other week.
Yep, they were able to defeat only KT. I was taking a look at that Team Liquid lineup. They were saying KT lost to Prime. KT actually lost to Prime. It is very true.
Yeah,
but,
pretty devastating, to be honest.
Yeah, once again, here is today's match. The second match of the night is Jin Green Wings versus Prime, as we've been saying. It's going to be Maru versus Zoun, Kira versus Yoda in a TV's T, and then Rogue versus Myung-sik in a ZVP, and then SOS versus Creator in a PvP. And we were talking about how SOS versus Creator is probably the most interesting match of the night, but I don't know if it's going to even get there, man.
That's the problem. I think we're going to have to see... Well, I mean, Yoda, he is not in horrible form. Granted, he does have a downwards arrow. He still can put on some pretty good games. Against Kira, though, who's doing very well for himself in recent times.
Yeah.
That's one shot they have.
I think Kira overall is a better player. Yoda, if we just look at his Pro League 2015 stats, he does have 4 losses and 2 wins, but he's 2-0 versus Terran.
Yeah.
So maybe this is his matchup.
Myung-sik, on the other hand, against Rogue. Unless he goes for some sort of funky dude timing, like on 2 base, I don't see that happening, because Rogue is just too solid at the moment.
Well, if you think about it, if I recall correctly, I think Myung-sik did go for some kind of 2-base weirdness on... possibly Overgrowth against Armani? No, maybe it was Merry-Go-Round. And he was just not able to make it work. So if Armani can hold that off, I have faith in Rogue. But we are going to have to wait until Game 3 for that. We are now jumping into the coach interviews for both teams.
그런데 앞에서 1승을 거둔 최현성 감독님께서 온 국민이 보고 있는 이 방송에서 진해어가
So the SKM Telecom coach said that you get upset when you lose?
He hopes that Jenner loses.
Oh, he hopes that Jenner loses. Are there any comments to the SK Telecom coach?
강한 각오 부탁드립니다.
저도 사실 대기실에서 삼성 응원했어요. 삼성 응원했는데
I cheered for Samsung actually, waiting for this match. But SK Telecom won that match.
다음 주에 CJ가 꼭 이겼으면 좋겠습니다.
But we still have a chance, and I hope CJ loses next week.
응원하는 팀 라인이 생겼네요. 아까 같이 대기실에 있었는데 삼성이 지니까 굉장히 속상해하셨어요.
네,
So he looked very depressed when Samsung lost their match.
굉장히 솔직하신 차지훈
It's
감독님
because
만나봤습니다.
the ranking situation, nothing personal.
4전 4패를 기록 중이에요. 하지만 지난주에 1승을 거뒀으니까 좋은
So
기세로
Prime right now in all of Pro League is 0-4 versus Jin Air.
저희가 원래 KT한테도 전패를 기록하고 있다가
You guys were able to win a match last week.
거거든요. 그리고 지금 전체적으로 좀 선수들이
We lost every match to KT before we won last week, so
상황이기 때문에
it's possible this week to also do the same to Jin Air, even though we have that same losing record.
저번 주처럼 뭔가 기대를 해볼 수 있지 않을까 생각합니다.
네, 오늘 프라임
The first and second
다시
set
한번
players
기대해보도록
have to do
하겠습니다.
well
오늘
in order for us to win
감독님께서
today,
몸이 많이 안 좋으신
says
것
Gerard.
같은데 오늘의 1승이 좋은 약이 됐으면 좋겠습니다.
아니 제가 감기를 걸렸는데 근데 지금 좀 많이
Says he has a
나아지고
cold.
오늘 승리를 한다면
It's
정말
getting better.
나을 것 같습니다.
네. 과연 어떤 팀이
And he
1승을
thinks
거두게
with the
될까요?
victory today, his cold will be able to go away.
If only it worked like that.
Yeah, man.
Just some laddering.
Just win like 5 games of StarCraft. You don't
Yeah,
have food
it's like,
poisoning
oh,
anymore.
Man, I got food poisoning at 5 a.m. Time to ladder it up on career and try and get Grandmaster again. Like, no. It doesn't happen. It actually just makes you feel worse. And
Yeah, it does.
Well, good luck to him if he thinks it's going to make him feel better.
I'm sure it'll at least make him feel better. I don't think it's going to cure his cold, though.
It was interesting that he said he had the first 2 matches have to win for it to happen. So he's already kind of showing a chink in the armor, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like it's like, well, the 3rd match is pretty sad for us. I'm like, whoa, way to have some decent confidence in.
And what
your
about
player.
SOS and Creator?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not even that both of them have to win. If one wins, it can get to the first match.
That could be what he means as well. Like
Yeah.
he's like, well, one of them has to win, so we can go to the ace match. Where
Yeah,
Creator
maybe
can
you're right,
play
yeah.
his 2nd time and win.
That is also putting a lot of pressure on Creator as well, because even though he was able to defeat Zest twice, I think Zest kind of botched it a bit.
He wasn't playing his
he
best.
played decent, yeah, but like you said, he didn't play his best.
He made some pretty uncharacteristic mistakes for Zest. So
Yeah, he went for the same build twice. Got scouted,
Yeah,
didn't do
super
nearly as
safe.
much damage the second time.
Yeah, and just taking some bad fights as well. You know, a bit of
Yeah.
out of position in some cases, and
So
yeah, just an off day.
yeah, so even though Creator was playing well, I think Zest was also playing not so well. SOS is showing some weakness in versus Zerg only because he's playing like very strange strategies, like we were talking about. But I think in PvP he's going to be a bit better. But we'll have to wait and see if it even gets to that match. That is the 4th match. We're going to have to go through 3 first. Here is Maru for the first match over here on the Jin Air Green Wings side.
And you can count on him against Protoss, that's for sure. 10-5, 3-3 this season. Not the best start, but still top of the tiered player. And against someone like Zoun, who knows what's going to happen, Veldos?
I just can't wait to see what Zoun or Zooner is actually going to do, because
It's probably Zoun.
coming out in your first match when you are a relatively unknown player against Maru is a very scary thing.
Well, there he is. He looks cool at the very least. Very young player. His debut match. Down, Zoun, Protoss player. On a pretty unfavorable map, Catallena. Not the most fun for Protoss. I mean, it can definitely be pretty favored for Terran if they go for drop heavy and they get the momentum behind it and start doing a lot of damage with Widow Mites and Bio.
Yeah. I'm digging this song, man. Very chill.
Yeah.
Want to just drink a small glass of whiskey, lean back in my chair, and listen to that kind of music.
I don't know what would happen to me if I drank whiskey right now, Veldos.
I'm sorry for mentioning Moonblade, but we are going to jump into game number 1 here between Maru and Zoun, or Zoun. Let's jump into it. Up here in the north of Catallena, in the red for the Jin Air Green Wings, it is Maru.
And here at the 9 o'clock position, it is the brand spanking new player, Zoun, for Prime.
Yep, right out of the Prime factory. He's come in. He's got a nice new haircut. Some decent music as well. But the important thing in a tournament of StarCraft, of course, Moonblade, is the play. And what would you expect out of a totally new Protoss player coming up against a Titan Terran in Maru? You think we're going to see Blink?
Yeah, I would say Blink on this map would probably be the best choice for Zoun. Obviously, a lot of drop potential on this map. A great backdoor sort of entrance for Reapers and whatnot, as well as everything else they decide to fly in. So it only makes sense that a Protoss would want to go Blink on this map unless they go for some other sort of funky timing attack or proxy.
Yeah. And it's not to say, I mean, I'm not counting this guy out right from the get-go. I mean, this guy could go for safe blink into Robo and just try to take it later. You know? I'm not saying he's definitely going to go for a cheese, but I think if I were in the booth in this guy's position, it's very tempting.
It is. I would love to see him kind of play the style like, for instance, Hero would play. Though these positions, not the best positions for Zoun in terms of simply getting a third base. Look at the positions. Like, you don't really want to expand towards a Terran, and the only other option you have is like in the middle. So,
and the Terran can just like come from the south even, or like drop right next to it and just get it, and it's very hard to defend.
Exactly. It's a pretty difficult map and positions to play from. Did see 2 early gases from Zoun. I reckon it is Zoun because similar word is noun.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, you've convinced me, Moonlight. I'll call him Zoun from now on.
Thank you, Valdez.
No problem. And that sign over there just said, Maru, if you win today and get in the interview once again, please do the up and down dance that he did last time.
Oh.
Let's hope he studied it this time.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting K-pop video clip.
Definitely is. One thing I want to point out so far out of Zoun is that he's gotten 2 gas.
He does. He has 2 gas. Nice and early. And I wonder, what's he going to do with this 2 gas is the next question we ask ourselves. Is he going to go for that mothership core? One would think so, because there is a Reaper on the map barreling towards his base.
Yeah, it's going to get there very fast. He's going to have to chrono boost that out. And he's still got a lot of gas saved up. He did have 2 in each gas for a long time. And now he's going to just poke in 3. Not all that much more gas mined here. And the Reaper actually able to get 1 kill.
Using an SCV, actually. Doing some pretty impressive damage. He's going to end up losing it. Softens up some probes if the Reaper could get a chance to come in.
Some of those probes not mining. But they do get back onto the minerals. And now the Reaper just going to be annoying once again. A nice wall set up by Zoun up there towards the north of his base behind that gas. Not allowing that Reaper to get behind the minerals.
Very important because there is a Stargate back there. Do not want to show that. Kind of the element of surprise is everything with an Oracle. And let me just take a look at Maru. No, he hasn't seen it. He has no idea. He's looking for it, though.
He's trying. I believe he's seen all 3 pylons. Yeah, he has. So
he is scouting as well. Flying his proxy pylons around the map, around his third base with some Marines. He isn't. He has no idea what is coming his way. And let's have a look. What has he got in his base? We do have Widowmine on the way, but not yet. 6 Marines on the map. They'll have to be all together if he wants to successfully defend against an Oracle.
Yeah. Of course, good Widowmine placement, you know, behind that little satellite dish on your orbital. A very common spot to put it. Sometimes it's behind the refinery as well. And it can definitely one-shot that Oracle. And that would definitely put an end to that harass. Let's see exactly where he puts it.
Well, he's going for the natural.
Oh,
he was.
no.
Oh,
no!
Oh,
Zoun shaking his head.
He is nervous.
Yep.
We have cracked the case how nervous this player is. He is shockingly nervous, losing an Oracle like that after he saw the Widowmine. We have seen this before from Prime players, especially Departure as well as Terra. Kind of get a little shaky, kind of fall apart. Didn't really get instilled with confidence in their team house, unfortunately. And they got to go through the gauntlet here.
Yeah. And if you compare this kind of build to another common build, which requires a similar amount of gas, which is the one we've been seeing a lot these days, which is that Blink into Robo build, I would have to say that's a lot safer compared to the one that Zoun did. I mean, unless you're going to get a lot of damage done with the Oracle, I guess it's a matter of preference. But on this map, I would have liked to see Blink But for now, he's going to be forced to go into that robotics tech. Try to get out some Phoenixes as well to defend against some drops.
Blink is, yeah, definitely a good choice in this map. Maybe he's just not confident that he could kind of take it to the mid to late game with just a macro style against this kind of player, and he wants to play more aggressive, trying to put Maru on the back foot. And
one Phoenix here is not enough to defend against that drop.
No, it's not. And we don't see any observers just yet. Photon overcharge activated as the natural.
Nice blink. Or nice lift here. My mistake. He does stop the Widowmine from burrowing. He gets both of them, actually. This one is going to be re-burrowed, though. And it will explode onto that Phoenix. Oh, my God. The second one gets both of them. There's one left over. So getting some decent damage done here, actually, is Maru.
Really nicely done. Reducing that Phoenix count, obviously going to make drops still viable on the map. And 2 more Widowmines coming out for Maru. Going to continue with the pressure.
Looking to get another drop down. Zoun having that Phoenix in the same location over there patrolling behind his main. Trying to catch that medevac out once again, but he may just pull the same trick, pull it back, and go for the lift on the Widowmine. It's not a bad idea. One Phoenix is not going to be able to deter this medevac, so
no.
But just going to follow it in, go for the lift.
Yeah. He's going to go for one lift. And does a bit of damage to it. Same time, Marines going into the natural, and there's nothing there to stop them. 2 Zealots and 2 Stalkers, not going to be enough. There isn't Photon Overcharge either. He can actually kill a lot of these probes.
Yep, really nice micro right now. Nice stutter step, and all those probes behind there getting caught a bit. But the first Colossus is out. Should put an end to this. But another drop coming in, actually. Widowmine in the mix as well, so it is going to put...
Oh, so close to the Mothership core, and all the probes of the natural are going down. 15 have gone down already. This is too much damage. 2 Stalkers go down to the Widowmine.
No.
Everything is falling apart for our young friend Zoun.
Well, Maru, he's known for this type of damage. More experienced players have fallen to this before in the past. I don't want to take anything away from Zoun. You know, he does look a little bit nervous, but I mean, it's not to say he's playing terribly. I don't want to give that idea.
Well, losing that Oracle was terrible, Valdez, but it was only one mistake. And besides that, he has had pretty nice sort of pickups on the mines before they can shoot.
Yeah. Before they go off. But now Maru with this lead, I mean, he's already done so much damage. I believe 22 probes, or nearly that amount. And Zoun right now is trying to go into actually cannons in his mineral lines to defend against this because he's feeling so much pressure.
A little too little too late, unfortunately for him. He is down 40 supply. We do see Maru posturing at the front of the natural. And Maru knows exactly the build, the army composition that we see from Zoun, which is Phoenix Colossi. And here we go. He is not afraid at all. There's only 1 sentry here.
Picks up 2 of the Marauders, pretty much all he can do at this point. But pushing in his Maru, he's going to take out both of those Colossi extremely fast. But here we go, trying to lift out of here. Actually, is Maru. Those 2 Phoenixes doing a lot of damage there.
Yeah, they are. And it's not gonna be game over just yet. More buy moving across the map. Can wait for Photon Overcharge to dissipate.
Yeah, Widowmine's in the mix as well. Zoun trying to get out a couple of sentries, something you can do on this map, just force field that ramp, and that's exactly what he's going to do. But there's a little hole, and Maru can push up there if he so pleases, but he is going into that Nexus Cannon. He's got to be careful. Well, it does run out of time now, so never mind.
And getting some nice positioning with the Widowmines. Oh, you don't want to be fighting that with a lot of probes. And there's really nothing left for Zoun at this point. He's run out of options. He's run out of units. But the Colossus comes down from the main base, but Maru can bomb rush that if he desires.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting on nearly game-breaking damage right now. 11 more probes do go down, and Maru's already got a 3rd base behind this, so he's totally in the lead right now. He's going to try to go for what looks like a drop into the main, possibly. Try to pull Zoun out of position.
Or he could just drop on top of him.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. He's just going for the kill.
Yeah, there's not enough A here. Zoun with 1 Colossi, gets popped, and from here, We are seeing GG in just a moment, Valdez.
Yep, should be GG. Another Colossus pops out, but it will be taken down shortly. Nexus kind of not enough to deter Maru at this point. He's just going to run down to the natural and kill that instead. Killing all the probes now. Going to go ahead and take down that Nexus. Zoun feeling the pain. GG.
And a nice, swift, comfortable win for Maru. Pretty much everything went his way from the Widowmine hitting that Oracle after he saw the Widowmine and then just finding enough damage with those medivacs.
Yeah, Maru doing just basically what Maru is known to do, whereas Zoun, a new player, bit of nerves coming into play, and just not able to compete here with Maru just yet. I think he needs a bit more experience in the booth.
Yeah, he needs to overcome his nervousness, no doubt about that. And granted, it is a terrifying experience getting into that booth for the first time, especially for our team. Like, everyone is watching you.
Of course, a lot of your friends, the guys that you practice with day in, day out, are counting on you to get one win for your team. And you have to go in there, play a game like that, and then walk out and face them all. It's a terrifying feeling. It's a horrible feeling.
Nice start for Jenner. Bit disappointed, but he gave it a go. Which is what's important, fellas.
Yeah.
It's what's important.
I'm glad you actually point out the fact that it always seems to be these prime players that come out and show a lot of nerves. I think just a lot of them are very young, and when they get into that booth, they just can't really handle the stress, the pressure. It's their first time. They're used to playing at home, not as much pressure, But getting in that booth, we've seen that out of Terror, seen that out of Departure. We see it here out of Zoun. Once they eventually get their first wins, they begin to lose a bit of that nervousness, and then we get to see their actual true play. I mean, we heard Gerard talking time and time again about how Terror is actually a good player in-house. He wins a lot of games. He's